denied to Ides Car Care throughout this entire process. This hearing wouldn't have even been held today except for the fact that we had to go to a district court judge and order the city of Houston under threat of a judicial order to hold this hearing. But let's talk about the issues at hand here. If you look at the record that was presented to you, you'll see nothing in that record from the defense. That's amazing. Apparently we didn't present any sort of defense at the automotive board hearing because you see nothing in the record. Now, if there's a copy of an interoffice correspondence dated September 10, 2014, which indicates, please so advise that any exhibits or other written portions of the record in the possession of the automotive board may also be submitted to you for distribution to the city council, which instructs them to do so.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you.
I want to be clear for the record, this is not a public hearing. This is a public session of the Houston City Council. Councilmember Kubash.
Mayor, concerning the record, I want to ask the city attorney, when we vote on these matters and we agree with the automotive board and they revoke this person's license, is that basically a death sentence as far as they're never going to be able to do business with the city of Houston in this form? They lose this license?
Mayor, no, it's not. This individual can always come back and reapply for a license in the future. It's just with regard to this location, the violations that were discussed in underlying hearings, one in April and in July.
So if we were to uphold the board's ruling, then would he finds another location, and which I read the record, looks like he's going to go to another location. Would he then be able to apply for a license there at that time?
Yes.
Okay, I've read this record at least twice. And motion to extend.
You may make a motion.
Second.
Discussion favoring opposed, motion carries. Councilmember.
So I thought we had 5 minutes. I think that was one of us. I was wrong with that.
I think so.
That's okay. But my concern is that it might be a death sentence. And last week, Mayor, you weren't here. We considered a similar matter like this. And just for full disclosure, this happens to be a client of my brother, Paul Kubash. But I have never, and I know I met the man and don't know who he is. He's not a client of mine, but I want to make you aware of that. But last week, we said we could only consider the record, but then we brought up the minutes of the meeting, and they weren't a part of the record that we'd originally had. And I was concerned about that. I'm also concerned that because of the length of these transcripts, some of you may get wearied because I think we have 586 pages to look at this weekend from Friday night till now, that you might have not read the entire transcript and you might have not looked at it. And I don't believe you can vote on a matter that you haven't read. So I'm concerned that all of us have time to read these transcripts. Is this a taggable item, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And